Welcome back. 13 months ago, Phoenix Supercross rivals James Stewart, number 1, Chad Reed, 22, crashing together. Both were hurt. It ruined both their seasons. Both are now back. Stewart winning a series best 3 times, arriving in Atlanta this weekend just 3 points out of the championship lead. Reed, who formed his own team in the offseason, won at San Diego last week. And last night, deja vu for the 2 fastest riders in the game. Leading from a hole shot, Stewart made a mistake that opened the door for Reed to take the lead. Late in the race, Reed and Stewart caught Stewart's teammate Kyle Regal setting up this spectacular 3-wide lead change. Stewart goes back out front. But on the last lap, Reed made this move, which put both riders on the ground again and allowed Ryan Villapoto through to the win. Reed remounted to finish 3rd, then said in his podium interview, quote, "James put a hard pass on me earlier in the race, so I just put one right back on him," unquote. Stewart, who finished 4th, was not interviewed after the race, but will be interviewed right now on Wind Tunnel. We have a email that says the Reed-Stewart collision triggered James. You're clearly the best in the sport. Also clear you always be the target for desperate moves by individuals who realize their only chance to beat you that's their only chance to beat you on the track. Signed 50-plus fan from Benicia, California. Kind of representative, James, of a lot of emails that we got. It's a pleasure to welcome James Stewart back to Wind Tunnel. Thanks for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
No, pleasure to being on here. I'm glad to be back.
At a couple of different levels. The obvious first question, the one that we didn't get to hear you address last night. What did you think of the move Reed made that took you both down?
Well, obviously, it's a tough incident. It was just, I race a little bit different. I try not to go in and try to do something like that. Obviously, it's 2 sides to every story. He has his side, and I didn't see it coming. I didn't expect the guy to be going almost a runway down the racetrack and clean me out. But, it's just one of those things that, unfortunately, this ain't the first time this has happened between me and him. I seem like I always get the short end of the stick. Last year at Phoenix, we both end up going down. But, just unfortunately that we don't have anybody stepping up, like the AMA or anything like that, trying to fix these rules and trying not to make sure these guys get hurt. So, I guess it's one of those things that anything goes now. And, we'll try to continue on with the team and try to win this championship.
James, you said there's no punishment. The AMA, nobody punished anybody for this. Is there kind of the unwritten code of ethics that maybe this week at Daytona it's payback time?
Nah, I think for me, if we're in the same situation, obviously I'll know to basically go around the inside of the corner and not try to have it happen. But, I just, just as a racer, on my side of the things, I just wouldn't do something like that to try to win. But like I said, we're both going for a championship. But, this weekend at Daytona, I'm going to go out there and try to race and do my things. But, what's unfortunate for me is that I've been on probation for things way not even close to, being as bad as that. But, I guess it's one of those things that's what they want. And, I guess at the end of the day, they'll get what they need.
I want to go back to the 3-wide pass that gave you the lead with just over a lap to go. Chad said of that pass, and this is a quote, "He hit me pretty hard," unquote. I've watched that video 20 times. Doesn't look to me like you hit him at all. But did you hit him?
No. The only thing that probably hit him was maybe a little bit of roost or some of my air coming by. But, I think he just got a little bit, spooked coming in there. The whole race I was trying to be clean and stuff. And, I think with all the, with everybody out there, with all the guys, we're just trying to make sure we're clean because no matter what, we're going to see each other for, all 17 rounds. So I was trying to do my part, make it clean. Obviously, he went for a pass that he thought possibly he can make. And, but for sure, no, I didn't even touch him, not even close.
We saw a shot of your dad after the race. He was very upset, and he was yelling at you about something. And a lot of folks have been emailing, Facebooking, wondering what he was yelling about. What was that? What was going on with you and Big James?
Yeah, I think what the TV didn't show was by the time I actually got up there, I had my helmet off. And, he saw Aaron Bates and all the cameras trying to run over and interview me. And he saw how upset I was. And being on live TV, he just knew best, to put me back to the pits. So he just came up to me and he was telling me to go back to the pits. And, obviously, when you see it on TV, it looks a little bit different. But, my dad's always been there for me. He's just trying to do the best thing. So he was telling me to go back to the pits. And trust me, I don't think he'll be yelling at me at that time of moment You know, a little junior was kind of feisty at that point, so I don't think he was yelling at me. He was just trying to get me to go back to the pits.
We're very happy that he sent you to the pits without doing that interview. It gave us a Wind Tunnel exclusive tonight. James Stewart's first conversation about the big crash. I need a commercial break. We'll do that, come back and continue our conversation with the two-time Supercross champion who's in the thick of the battle for a third title.
Here we go with the main event.
Oh, he knew it too.
Oh, Villapoto's down.
There you go.
Villapoto tosses it away. Oh, Stewart is down, and Stewart is on the ground again. Ryan Villapoto. Trey Kennardy's done it. Chad Reed has done it. Stewart is the winner.
Quick look at this year's action in Supercross. The series continuing Saturday night. Daytona Bike Week round of the Supercross series is live on Speed starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. My guest is James Stewart, who, James, fairly or unfairly, developed a kind of a winter crash reputation early in your career. You've been the fastest guy ever since you came up. The championships you didn't win were the ones in which you were hurt. So two questions. One, do you think winter crash was a fair description of the old James Stewart? And two, is there a new James Stewart? Have you consciously tried to change your approach in the wake of your most recent injury?
Well, yeah, I think the winter crash thing is fair because, you know, it was either pretty much nobody could beat me if I stayed up on two wheels. And unfortunately, I went down. But fortunately, I won a lot more races than I've lost. And then second, I think this year I just knew that you know, there were so many guys out there that you had to be kind of cautious of what happened. Obviously, what happened in Houston was my mistake, and, you know, things happen. But, you know, this year I just been trying to be up on the podium and try to do my thing. Obviously, Saturday night, that didn't happen, but I was trying to do my part. And, you know, I think with the years, this talent out here, you have to.
Actually, there may be a third question that comes out of that. An incident like the one last night could easily cause a guy to lose his cool, lose sight of the big picture, maybe get caught up in a fight that he doesn't need to have. What are you focused on right now in terms of Chad Reed?
Well, in terms of Chad Reed, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a racer, and, you know, I want to go win races. I still respect the guy. I think what he does on a motorcycle is fantastic. I mean, he's one of the toughest competitors that I had. But obviously, I know our rivalry is kind of back. At the same time, you know, what happened, we're both laying on the ground and we got beat by the two guys that's trying to beat us in the championship. So to me, you know, it was a lose-lose situation for both of us. So, you know, my focus is still to go out there and win this weekend in Daytona. I still felt like I had the speed last night, just trying to buy my time. So, you know, my approach is still the same. Just, you know, next time, obviously, try to, I guess, close the door off, I guess, even more than I had it. And then, you know, we'll try to go win from there.
James, you got Johnny O'Mara, who's a former Supercross champ. He's your trainer now, and I guess Dave was telling me before the show he used to do triathlons just to get ready for motocross. Has he really helped your condition? Are you happy he's on your team now?
Yeah, no, with Johnny being on the team, it's great. You know, just you know, I wouldn't even call him a trainer, you know, because we do our stuff together and stuff like that. But, you know, I just think he's more of a person that's, you know, with my motorcycle and just helping. And like I said, things like last night and, you know, just kind of the composure, how you got to have my whole family. And I got a great bunch of group of guys with Samuel Yamaha around me. And I just think the whole team, their whole attitude is a little bit different this year. You know, we're more focused on just trying to get the job done and do it the smart way and go win races. And, you know, with Johnny and the whole team, it's been great. So, yeah, you know, he does his triathlons. He's actually here right now, you know, speaking of it, so it's pretty cool.
And you're going to go run 10 miles after Wind Tunnel. That's a good man. Hey, we know you've made it because you got your own reality show on Speed, Bubba's World. Your brother Malcolm's involved in it, and is he going to be cannon fodder for you, or is he a pretty serious little racer?
Nah, he actually rode really good last night. You know, obviously with my reality TV show, that's been pretty cool on Speed also. And you know, it's been fun to watch him race. You know, I always got to catch myself. I'm like, man, I got to get focused for my own deal, because, you know, I'm sitting here watching him, and, you know, he crashed in the first corner last night and came back up the eighth. So I think he's pretty serious. You know, you know, he's taken a lot serious than he has in the past, and obviously it's shown on the racetrack.
Got a pretty good coach, too. Be nice to have a big brother named Bubba Stewart. Looking ahead.
I don't do anything for him.
Oh, so the reality show is like reality. Looking ahead, are we ever going to see you again in the Outdoor National Series, or is your view of your career that you will now be purely a Supercross guy?
No. You'll see me in the outdoor series. Actually, this year, I plan on doing the first 4, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully, there's a lot of things changing on the team and stuff like that. I'm getting a little bit more involved. So, my goal is to actually have a full-on Supercross and motocross team. Obviously, Dave, the economy's been pretty bad lately. So, trying to get sponsorship and getting everything to go out there has been tough. But, yeah, for sure. I mean, before it's over with, you'll definitely see me back in the root of the sports with the outdoors for sure.
Cool. We'll look forward to that. We appreciate you spending time with us this evening. Glad everybody walked away last night. Nobody ended up injured. We'll follow this battle for the championship as you go on to Daytona next week. Thanks, man.
Yep. Thanks, Dave. Take it easy.
We will take a commercial break, and still ahead, well, Gilles de Perrin's IndyCar team is history. So, where does that leave the 04 champion Tony Kanaan? We'll find out in tonight's last call. But first, Miller's favorite game outside of those played in Las Vegas. We'll play Hell Yes or BS coming up tonight on Wind Tunnel.